You gotta love the NBA. You have gotta love the NBA. Oh my gosh. Just what, 2, 3 days, less than 3 days after Damian Lillard gets traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, Jrue Holiday gets traded to the Boston Celtics. Now, this trade just came out 12 minutes ago. I was packing. I'm about to leave for a trip in 20 minutes. So I had to hop on and record the reaction though because this is some huge stuff. So, of course, Damian Lillard gets traded a couple days ago to the Milwaukee Bucks in a three-team trade that sent Jrue Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, and some draft assets to the Portland Trail Blazers, and immediately after that, Jrue Holiday was already back on the trading block. The Blazers were not going to keep him. So I thought it would be longer than a few days, but he just got traded to the Celtics. Let's get to the deal real quickly. So the Celtics get Jrue Holiday to add to their lethal defensive roster, and the Blazers get Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, a 2024 Golden State first round pick, and a 2029 unprotected first round pick via the Celtics. Wow. Um, this is crazy. You know, Damian Lillard on the Bucks. The Bucks and the Celtics. We all knew those are the top two teams in the Eastern Conference, and the Celtics, I think, just became the absolute favorite to come out of the Eastern Conference. This whole offseason, of course, they make the trade for Kristaps Porzingis at the beginning of the offseason, and now you get Jrue Holiday to make up for the loss of Marcus Smart. You get an all-star from last year. You get one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I mean, this is a perfect upgrade from Marcus Smart. And now the Celtics have Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis as their starting five. That is the best in the league. And you still have Al Horford. Of course, unfortunately, you give up Robert Williams, who I'm surprised that the Celtics traded him. Honestly, he has shown so much defensive potential. I'm surprised that they decided to give him away. A bunch of things are coming up on Twitter. Um, okay, nothing else on the trade. Um, but the Celtics have to be the favorites now in the Eastern Conference when you look at just how good they are defensively and the versatility they have now. Derek White now can come off the bench and you can still start Al Horford. Um, you know, Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, those guys still at the end of their rotation are guys that can, light it up on some nights and provide you some solid offense. So, the Celtics now, if the Celtics versus Bucks is not the Eastern Conference Finals this year, those two teams, whoever doesn't get there, they should be absolutely ashamed of themselves because no team stacks up to the Bucks and Celtics right now, in my opinion. Like, of course, the Sixers, we don't know what's going to happen with James Harden. And all the other teams in the East are really unproven. And teams like Miami got a lot worse. Cleveland is unproven. New York, I don't think they stack up to these two teams yet or anything like that. This is just a move that completely shakes up the East even more than the Damian Lillard trade. So now let's talk about the Portland Trailblazers side of things. They get Brogdon and Robert Williams. Now, Brogdon was on the trade block for basically this whole offseason, which is kind of interesting considering he was just the sixth man of the year last season. But he is on the move to Portland where he can, help be a leader for Scoot Henderson and, those young guys over there in Portland. And Robert Williams now, he and DeAndre Ayton are both together. This Portland team is very intriguing now. Of course, I just released the video talking about their division this morning, But this, I mean, this just shakes up everything. Man, I'm I'm at a loss for words. There's Bobby Marks with a tweet. Oh, the full return that Portland ends up getting for Damian Lillard, and this is a great way to talk about it because everyone was talking about on Wednesday when the Damian Lillard trade happened. Should they have taken the Miami package or should they have taken the Milwaukee package that they ended up accepting, or the Milwaukee slash Phoenix? And they end up getting DeAndre Ayton, Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams, the Golden State, and three first round picks and two pick swaps. I think that's a really good return for your best player in franchise history. And it's not even a safe bet that Brogdon and Williams are still going to be on their team. I think championship contending teams are especially going to want Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon. He could be good as a leader on Portland, but he's obviously a terrific player that could be on a contending team as well. We just got a tweet from Woj. Portland plans to keep Robert Williams to pair with DeAndre Ayton. That's very interesting. That is very interesting, especially if they get paired together. I wonder if that means that they're going to start together or if that's the center duo. If that's the center duo, that's really good. But there has certainly been interest in veteran Malcolm Brogdon and expect teams will be calling on him. Blazers are committed to young guards. Okay, so Malcolm Brogdon is going to be on a different team. So now we just shift over to where will Malcolm Brogdon get traded? And he's a guy that, as we saw last year, can come off the bench and provide terrific minutes. So it'll be interesting to see where Brogdon ends up getting moved. And then, like I said, with Portland, now you have Scoot, Simons, Shaden Sharp, Jeremy Grant is still on that team, DeAndre Ayton, and Robert Williams. This is somehow a deeper team than the Blazers ever had when Damian Lillard was their star player. When you look at it, like they haven't had a team that was this like deep as far as talent goes since probably when it was those Lillard and Aldridge teams when you had Batum, Wes Matthews, Robin Lopez as your starters, like Steve Blake, like guys like that. So Portland, we'll see how they do this season. I wonder what their win total is now going to be because it probably just switched up again. But man, this is just a quick reaction. Like I said, I'm getting ready. I have to leave for a trip in a little bit, but I had to get on here and give my immediate reactions. Both teams, to me, once again, come out as winners. I mean, no losers in this trade. Boston becomes the favorite to come out of the Eastern Conference to me. And to me, Milwaukee, Boston has to be the Eastern Conference Finals. And if that isn't what happens, that is going to be a major disappointment. There's no other way around it. These are by far the two best teams in the East. Maybe the two best teams in the league. Both of these two teams are stacked. And I don't know when they play each other, for the first time they play each other this season. I'm actually interested. I'm going to look that up right now. Let's see. November 22nd is the first time these two teams play. That is going to be must-watch basketball right there. Because now Jrue Holiday becomes the Damian stopper, and he is going to want to prove to the Bucks that they should have kept that they should have kept him. So this is going to just be so much fun. Celtics, Bucks, man. And then the Blazers, of course, that's an incredible return as well. I don't think there's much more I can really say than that. I mean, this is just a terrific, terrific move for both teams. You gotta give a shout out to Joe Cronin, the Blazers general manager, for taking his time and in the end accepting the better deal. Because I do not think you would have gotten this much in return for Tyler Hero if you shipped him off to a third place. Just because there are so many players in the league that are like Tyler Hero. There's not a lot of guys like Jrue Holiday, and that's why he's so valuable. And that's how you end up getting all these assets. So both these two teams win this trade. And man, this just super exciting stuff for the NBA, man. I'm super happy it's back. in the coming week, man. Training camp preseason. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this, quick reaction video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more NBA content. But for that, I'm your host, Miles. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.